Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, but I won't say good night. Great. It's a pleasure having you guys here. How are we doing today? Today is the 7th of May, 2024. I was just talking to someone not too long ago, and we said to ourselves that this year, 2024, started yesterday. Now we are practically in the middle of the year. That's six. Before you know it, this year is gradually going to be coming to an end. Hmm, interesting. It seems like the year is going a bit fast, if you ask me. I hope your trading has been going according to plan, because of course, as we are here, we are going to be talking about trading strictly. We're going to be talking about whatever you want us to discuss. This is the live market analysis session. So we're going to be looking at charts, charts, and charts. We're going to look for trade opportunities. We'll look for buy opportunities, sell opportunities, whether you are a trend trader or a counter trend trader. So we're going to be doing this now. And of course, if you have any questions or you have any instruments you want us to look at, feel free to bring it to our attention. I have reduced the instruments that I trade, but not the instruments that I watch. So if you are trading USD JPY, USD CAD, you're trading Bitcoin, if you're trading any of the minor pairs, let us know in the chat section. If you can hear me loud and clear, kindly drop an emoji or drop a message so that I know that you are here with me. So once again, you're welcome. It's a pleasure having you here to this live market analysis session. We are going to be looking at different instruments of your choice. If you are a trader, let us know what you are trading, right? As I said, we could look at the dollar yen, and that's what I just put up in front of us. Let me just clean up this one. That's from a long time drawing. And then we could look at maybe from the hourly time frame. So we could quickly find opportunity in the market, right? So let us know what is on your radar. Okay, so I'll just talk about some instruments randomly. As you have the USD JPY, I'll give you two scenarios. I would always be giving you two scenarios that you can work with so that you could know the one you want to jump on, whether you want to buy or whether you want to sell. And the reason for two scenarios is in every chart, you always have buyers and sellers. That means that you always have trend traders and counter trend traders. It's always good for you to know the two sides of the coin, and then you will pick the one that you want to jump on. It's your choice whether you want to trade with the trend or against the trend, depending on what your style of trading is. Now, first of all, if we have a look at what we have in front of us, this is the dollar yen from the hourly time frame. This chart looks a bit funny, especially with the entire movement, with the entire price action. If you look at what I'm doing over here, I'm just following price and how funny or dirty it looks. Some might say it's a downtrend, right? And some might say it's beginning to pick up, or this could be a pullback. And that's the thing about looking at the chart. You could always look at it and you could always look at the same chart, the same instrument, the same time frame, the same everything. And then somebody else that looks at the same thing with you is getting different interpretation, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to first of all start by showing you Emmanuel Omo. Good afternoon to you too. You're welcome. Mr. Mani, good afternoon too. Mr. Emmanuel Omo said, please GBP USD. Okay, I'm going to look at GBP USD in a bit. Let me just conclude with this USD JPY as I've started. Mr. Money, if you have any instrument of choice you want us to look at, let me know. And if you have any time frame, any specific time frame, maybe you're looking forward to scalping from the 5 minute time frame, you can drop to the 5 minute time frame. If you are looking to do an intraday move, maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever time frame, you could also include it. Or if there's no time frame attached, I'll just give you my own analysis on it. So if you look very well, this area here, we have some form of movements here, up, 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 up. This simply means these are support levels here. So I could easily do something. I could easily use a horizontal line. I could use a horizontal line over here in this manner. Oops. I can use a horizontal line in this manner over here, drop it over here. And the reason why I'm using a horizontal line is to show you that price has been moving higher here. So this has been support, support. This was a breach, but with all the support areas, look at what happened here. It came back to this point here and seems to be acting as resistance. So this is a valid area here. And then for you to look for an entry to take the price down from this point here, I always advise to look for a price action candlestick trigger. It could be your hammer, bearish engulfing, bearish pin bar, doji, spinning top, harami, whatever candlestick formation that you use over here for entry. The reason why I'm saying candlestick formation is everything has to do with candles, everything has to do with price. Some people could use a touch trade, meaning that once price touches the area, they just jump in. I'm not really a big fan of touch trade because you would have a big breach of that area before it goes back. And the big breach simply means you could take out your stop loss at the top and then you're not in the trade anymore and then it goes in that direction. Most traders that happens to would say that the market is hunting them. Stop hunting. It's the broker and so on. No, it's just you. You are not approaching the market the proper way, right? So this is one area for selling. That is for selling. And then if you're looking forward to buying as well, if you're looking forward to buying, I have a little area here that is going to be of interest to buyers. And that area is this over here. Remember I said on any chart, every chart, I will show you the areas for buying and then the areas for selling as well. So you can decide on what you want to do. So if you want to buy, this is where I would like the price to pull back to these areas here. There's an area here. Pull back here, you get your trigger here, and then it pushes higher, breaks this place, and then pushes higher the more. Where is it going to push higher the more? It's going to push higher the more probably to this area here. Here, you can see some areas here of interest. So I can as well do what? I can as well put a horizontal line here as well, right? So if you look very well, you see some reaction here, see some reaction here, here, and here. One thing about using horizontal lines is that it will just show you a price point, 156.390, price point. But when you use the rectangle captures a wider area. That rectangle capturing a wider area will let us know, okay, this, it will show us the area much, much better. So this is the USD JPY. And then this USD JPY, we are looking at it from what? We're looking at it from the hourly time frame. And we have just shown you the selling opportunity and the buying opportunity in the market. It's now for you to decide what you want to do, whether you want to be a buyer or you want to be a seller on this chart. So now with that said, if you trade USD JPY or you're interested in trading USD JPY, then that is that for you. Then we're going to look at the GBP USD as Mr. Emmanuel requested for. Mr. Money has thrown about 3 charts at me. You might need to slow down. He said, I appreciate analysis on gold. Great. I need to give room to others as well, and not just one person throwing 10 pairs at me, right? So let's look at GBP USD first of all. Mr. Mano didn't request for any time frame whatsoever. So I will just use the time frame we have in front of us, which is the hourly time frame. So let's put GBP USD on the chart. GBP USD. Okay, what we have here, let's use another GBP USD because we have a lot of things already on this chart. So this is GBP USD clean chart from the hourly time frame. Okay, the first thing I can see now is that it's an uptrend. As it's an uptrend, and I'm now going to look for areas of buying and then areas of selling. Remember, on every chart, we're going to be looking for the two. Here, I can see something here, and this is an area of interest for me because I can see it acting as resistance, 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 then support, 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 support. So this is a very important area of interest. I can see another area of interest here where I have some like resistance, 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 some little resistance mess up here, support here. You can see what's happening here. I always look from the left to the right, some support, support, and now look at where it took off from. It took off from this point here of support and pushing higher. So that means that if we're looking to buy on this uptrend, we'd have already missed the buy move. However, let's do something again. Let's look at this area here. This area here is showing an area of resistance, little resistance here. This was a big breach, so we can also put an area here, right? So if you look very well, price for this GBP USD from the hourly time frame, right? It might as well pull back to this area here, pull back to this area here in this manner, and then drop. Or you could break out, use this as a launching pad, and then push higher the more to the highs over here. Or from where it is over here right now, you could as well pull back to this area. And when it gets back to the support, it could be another launching pad for them to go up or for them to break this area, pull back, and then drop. So I've given you different scenarios based on what we're looking at now. First things first, from this hourly time frame for the GBP USD, from where it is now, right? Don't do anything here. It's in the middle of nowhere based on this analysis, right? Let me clean up the chart again so that you can see that better. Here is in the middle of nowhere. This is where you like to sell, and this is where you like to buy. So you need to wait for price to get to either this point here or this point here. And then when it gets to this point up here, it could either bounce or break. When it gets to this point here, it could either bounce or break. So you need to always have scenarios of what could happen in the market so that you know follow through on each chart, right? So this is the GBP USD. Hope you guys have gotten that. Two scenarios here for selling and here for buying as well. So whenever you look at any chart, always make sure you understand what the buyers want to do and also understand what the sellers want to do as well. Very key, very, very important. So we looked at the GBP USD for Emmanuel Omo, Mr. Mani, Euro, GBP USD, and gold. Okay, we've already done GBP USD, so we've taken one out. Let us have a look at the Euro USD, and I'm going to put Euro USD on the chart now. I'm going to put Euro USD on the chart here. So this is Euro USD. Very similar chart that we have here to the GBP USD. The Euro USD and the GBP USD, they tend to move alike, right? They are more or less heavily correlated. So this also is looking like an uptrend from what I can see. From this uptrend, now this time around, I'll just use rectangles. From this uptrend, I can see an area here. I'm just going to draw this here. I can see an area here where if you look very well, this is some resistance, resistance, support, support. So I could see that area very well over here. And then I can see another area right about here, this here. If you look again very well, I can see some levels of like resistance, resistance, support, support, support. So just like the GBP USD, just like the GBP USD we're looking at, it has already done what? It has already taken off for buying. So if you are looking forward to buying on this Euro USD, this was the level that has already gone up. But then, notwithstanding, for you to enter this market on EURUSD to buy, you like to say pull back to this area. You pull back to this area, and then it could either bounce from here or break out, and then use this as a resistance point to go further down. You remember, I would always show you where to buy and where to sell. The choice is now for you to decide on what you want to do. Now, by the way, if you look at this chart that we have in front of us, for those that trade using patterns like wedges, pennants, and the rest, one could easily call this a sort of wedge, a triangle here. One could easily call this a triangle. So this is a triangle over here. If you look at what we have just done. So in this triangle here, one could easily say it has broken out from this. So we need to see a pullback to this point as well, or this area here, either of the two, here or here, for price to push higher. Or price could be coming back to this second point here. This second point is where we use for drawing the trend line. When you want to draw a trend line, you need 2 points. This is 1, and then this is 2. When you want to draw a horizontal line, you need just 1 point. Hope you understand that. Horizontal line, you need 1 point. Trend line, you need 2 points. 1 and 2 to connect them together, right? So from what we have over here, we looked at 2 different scenarios, right? We looked at the scenario of price coming back to this area for buying, and then a possible back to this area for selling. And then from where it has already broken out from this wedge from here, this could easily be a fake out. This could easily be a false break, and then it could pull back lower. That's why when it comes to trading, I'm not a big fan of pure breakout. Because if you do a pure breakout over here, meaning that you got your entry over here, and maybe your stop loss was inside here, the price could now crash back, take out your stop loss, and then normally this is where you're supposed to be buying instead of here. So I don't like pure breakout. And besides, I'm a big fan of pullbacks. When the market pulls back to that area, when it retraces to that area, then we look for price action trigger. I always say trading is an art, right? Trading is an art. And when we say trading is an art, A stands for area of interest. A stands for area of interest, where you want to enter the market. R stands for reaction, how the price will react when it gets to that area. And T stands for trigger, what you're going to use to enter the market. So you have the area of interest, you have the reaction, how price reacts to that area, and then T, the trigger for you to enter the market, right? Mr. Money, it seems you retracted your message. Why did you do that? I have already seen it, and I'm already addressing it. Euro USD, GBP USD, and gold. So we have just done Euro USD. We did GBP USD earlier. We did Euro USD now. So I'm going to look at gold. Is that okay, Mr. Money? So we're going to look at gold now. So please pay attention to this chart and what might happen. Now I'm going to just clean this up again and then just do a quick summary of this chart. So this is the area for buying, and possible area for selling over here. So you have to wait because price is in the middle of nowhere. Price is in the middle of nowhere based on this time frame, 1 hour. That's why I asked for the time frame that you guys are interested in, right? So that's that for this Euro USD. Let's also have a look at the gold XAU USD. Gold XAU USD. Okay. If I were to ask you, what is the first thing that jumps at you for this XAU USD? Is it up? Is it down? Clearly, I want to believe you say it is down, and the market is going down in this manner. This is not the cleanest chart on the hourly time frame, by the way. It's not the cleanest chart, but we would still make use of it. Now, as it's not the cleanest chart, let's use the rectangle again, cover a wider area so that we can understand better what's happening. It's up to you. You could use a rectangle or you could use a horizontal line. Either one no problem. I tend to switch the two from time to time. So this is what I can see, right, in the hourly time frame for gold. Gold over here, you see this area here that acted as resistance. Why did it act as resistance here? Remember we say, whenever you look to the left-hand side, you probably see your answer. You see the reason why it acted the way it acted. It acted as resistance here because it acted as support over here. This support. And then it came back and then broke it over here. And then when you go back to this point here, this acted as resistance and finally went all the way down. You can see here, support. You can see even though it breached, still acted as support, 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 support in all of these areas here. Price also is more or less in the middle. It's more or less in the middle of this area here for resistance and this area here for support. Now, as most of them are in the middle, it simply means you have to wait and wait and wait. Okay, I can see an area. Sorry, let me just show you this. I just saw something here. I can see an area here as well. I'm just going to use the rectangle again and then do some markings here in this manner. Just saw an area here, right? And I'm going to show you what I can see. So if you look from here, why the price react here? Looking to the left, you can see the reaction here. So we have resistance, resistance, resistance. Look here, support, support. There was a breach here, support, support, breach here, resistance, 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 support, support. So whenever you look to the left-hand side, you tend to see your support and resistance. This chart is a downtrend quite all right, but it starts to get a bit dirty here, starts to get a bit messy, showing that there would have more or less been a long-term consolidation. This is the hourly time frame. If I go over to the daily, or maybe 4 hours, you will more or less be able to see the consolidation better. And I'm going to show you that consolidation maybe from the daily time frame. We'll look at it in a bit. But now this is what I can see. Instead of this resistance, this is the resistance to pay attention to, this area. So wait for price to get here and then look for your trigger. Don't forget the art of trading, A-R-T. So for the art of trading, we're going to look for our trigger over here. And then the trigger for the A-R-T, right? Trigger A-R-T is the final piece of the puzzle for us to jump into the market. The trigger A-R-T, in the A-R-T, the art of trading. So I normally say the art of trading. A for area of interest where you want to enter the market, R for the reaction at that area of interest, and T for the trigger, what you're going to use to pull the trigger, right? After you have seen everything come and has aligned appropriately, you now want to pull the trigger for you to jump in. So this is the gold from the hourly time frame. Let's quickly look at this goal. Let me just clean up this chart. Let's look at this goal from the daily because I want to believe you will see the range better. Aha. I want to believe you will see the range better on this chart. So if you look over here, this is the range from this point over here. Mind you, this range, there's information inside. There's still information inside. Now, let me show you the information. Let me just show you the information in another way. I'm going to use a horizontal line here. I'm going to show you the information here. Now, look at what we have over here. We have price that has bounced from here, acting as support. This could be an area of resistance. If price should pull back to this point here and break out, this would be a fantastic, and I'm saying a fantastic area for a reason. This would be a fantastic area for entry to sell. This would be a good resistance point. The top part was acting as support. This would be a good point for resistance. And then from here, I'd like to see the price drop. Drop to where? I'd like to see the price drop to this area here, right? And this is a long-term trade because it is the daily time frame analysis. But I like to see price drop from this point all the way. There's a little area here, but majorly I like to see price drop to this 21. Let's just say 21.40, 21.45 area. Why? Because we already have it as a flip zone that's acted as resistance here and as support. Don't forget, this is a long-term trade for the daily. So that means that if you're looking at this, it's going to take a while for it to occur. You need to know the type of trader that you are, whether you are a trend trader trading with the trend or you're a counter trend trader, right? You can see the trend over here clearly is an uptrend. But you need to know, do I want to buy or do I want to sell? You want to sell, this is an area of interest for you to sell. This is also an area of interest for you to sell, assuming it breaks over here. One thing you could always do on your chart, you're going to have multiple charts open up with different time frames. So that you can be flipping from this one to this one to this one to this one and so on until you can see what you're looking out for. So I would always give you the buying opportunity and the selling opportunity at the end of the day. Okay, guys, welcome. I can see more guys have joined us. I'll quickly look at those instruments because we are not going to take way too much of our time here. Undu Kunu Hango, you're welcome. 80 USD, please. And then you said NZD card. Okay, 80 USD. Remember that was news for the 80 USD. For those that check the calendar, there was high impact news today, only for today, for the Australian dollar, and that was for the cash rate statement, right? So let's look for, let me just clean this on up before I move away. Let's go to the 80 USD. I'll look at the 80 USD from probably like the hourly time frame or so. So this is the daily. Let's switch it to the hourly so that we can get opportunities as soon as possible. Beautiful. No need to argue. This is an uptrend. So let's just jump straight into the analysis. An uptrend here is an area of interest, resistance, support. Here's another area of interest here. So if you're looking forward to buying, you know where you should be buying. And then if you're looking forward to selling, you know where to be selling. Here's area to buy, here's area to sell, right? So price is in the middle of nowhere. Price is in the middle of nowhere. You could decide to wait or you could decide to look for an entry. Now, whenever price is in the middle of nowhere, I always tell people that Fibonacci traders, we have Fibonacci traders, and you could always be looking for a pullback, not a total pullback. You could be waiting for a partial pullback. In this manner, this is the Fibonacci tool. I'm going to draw from these highs to the lows. Fibonacci in this manner, highs to the lows. And if you look at it in this manner, the trade is already where? Price is already where? Price is already in the middle of this Fibonacci, which is 50. You could look at the 50, and this could be a fantastic area for selling as well. You can see this is the hourly time frame. You can as well drop down to maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes and then look for an entry over here to sell and then take it back down. So this is just another way to look at it. There are always multiple ways to look at charts. So I'll give you the different scenarios today, tomorrow, whenever we're having the analysis. Let me know if you guys also want this market analysis tomorrow, maybe as a follow-up, so I could do a quick schedule of this on the YouTube. Meanwhile, if you guys are not following me on the YouTube, please kindly do so, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let me clean this up and then we'll look at the NZD card as well. Mr. Adams, you're welcome as well. Thank you for joining, everybody. So NZD card also for Hango Undukunu. Let's look at the NZD card. So we've rounded up with this one. If you have any questions on any of the instruments that we have talked about today, please do let me know. Okay. So NZD card, this is NZD card over here. Pretty much similar. I don't trade NZD card. I can't remember when last time I popped up NZD card or when somebody has asked me for the NZD card. But from what I can see here, it looks pretty much similar like the AUD NZD we're looking at now. But I'm going to do something for you guys. I'm going to look at this chart in a different way now. I'm going to look at this particular chart in a different way. And this is the different way I'm talking about. Here is a range. Here and here are key areas where price pushed higher. And price is yet to return to test for here. Well, here is a range. Inside here is a range. Let me clean this up. I don't like the way this is looking. Or maybe I could make it, let me see, bring to front. Would that work? Okay, no. I can't really see my candles well. Maybe it's the color. Let's send back. Okay, let me change the color. It might be the color. Let me just use a lighter color. Oops, let's use a darker color. Aha, yeah, a darker color works. Beautiful. So we have a range over here. And in this range, there's a serious battle going on, right? So in this battle, price could either do what? Retest the highs over here for a sell back in that range, or retest this lows over here, right, for a test for buy. You can see why we picked here as a range. So price is moving sideways. And it's moving sideways especially because of this massive candle. We had a massive candle over here. Obviously, you will know that this was most likely news. This was most likely news. This looks like last week. Yes, this must have been Friday. So there must have been news for the NZD or maybe the CAD. I think on Friday we must have had news for CAD. I'm not sure. Maybe we could go back to the calendar because I believe this was third. Okay, no, this was Friday. So let's check the calendar quickly and let's see what happened on Friday last week. Let me just change this back. So Friday, NZD US, there was nothing. So probably it was from Thursday, the CAD, probably, because I can't really see anything on Friday that would have caused this major movement. But well, it happened. And I don't want to believe that the USD affected the NZD CAD. But whatever the case is, it has already happened. We can see it on the chart. And this is what we have over here now on this chart. You're looking forward to selling on the NZD CAD, here selling, and here buying. But truth be told, I would prefer price not just to pull back here, but to break it and then use it as a resistance point, a pullback retracement resistance point to drop further down. Because I can tell you for a fact that you have a lot of traders that have set penny orders at these areas here. There are penny orders to buy over here. And the penny orders must have been sitting here for a little while, for a few days now, right? I can tell you for a fact. So if you are here and you are one that uses penny orders, maybe with the trend, these are places that you like to place them. As I said earlier, I don't like using penny orders in that way. That is like touch trading, where you set your penny order there and then you just walk away. No, I like to pay attention to when price gets there, get the reaction. Once the reaction has been gotten, then I'll look for what? I'll look for the next thing is trigger. Don't forget the ART we just talked about. ART. Okay, so guys, we are going to be rounding up now. I want to be doing 30 minutes thereabout to try to address as many instruments as possible. If you want us to look at more instruments, you could always reach out maybe tomorrow. I'll set another analysis, live market analysis session for tomorrow. So if you guys join us tomorrow and you are trading whatever instrument you're trading, this is the trading view. Trading view has everything there for you, whether it's the cryptos, the stocks, forex, whatever. Let me know. I don't have to be trading it, but what we can always do analysis on it together. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that the analysis session that we had today, you have learned something. I always say for you to make money, you just have to trade. For you to trade, you have to analyze the market. And that's what we have just done. We have analyzed a couple of instruments, and I hope that it was helpful for those that joined us. Don't forget, if you are yet to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, kindly do so. And if you also want to learn some more, if you want to learn some more, we have a training school where you can go. We have a free training video. It's going to be free for a little bit, right? Because we are making some changes. So I'm going to put the link over here to the training school and then hit enter. So that's the training school over there. So you can as well do what? You can as well feast your eyes on the training school, get as much information as you want, and then always get back to us if you have any questions. So guys, let me know what's helpful for you guys. The instruments we looked at this day today, as a summary, we looked at the euro, sorry, we first looked at the GBP USD for Emmanuel Omo, and then for Mr. Manny, we looked at the euro USD, the GBP USD, and gold. And then for Undukunu Hango, we looked at the AUD, USD, and the NZD CAD. Are you guys here as we round up now? If you have a final question, let me know. And if you don't have any, no problem. I'll just round up and I'll try and set this up for tomorrow so that we could join again tomorrow. So if you have any questions, any final comments, any feedback, whatever the case might be, let me know. And if not, then I want to say thank you guys for joining me. It has indeed been a good, awesome one. I would like to say thank you for joining me. I will set this up again for tomorrow. We might probably be doing this more often so that we can help ourselves out at the end of the day and we can be in tune with trading. It's all about the analysis. Tomorrow, we should probably have some movement in the market tomorrow. Why? Because on the calendar for tomorrow, of this last week, calendar for tomorrow, if you have a look at it, oh, tomorrow we don't have anything on the calendar. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and it's absolutely blank. Now, because it's blank, it doesn't mean the market will not move. It just means that it might be sluggish, or you might have erratic movements. Who knows? But we don't have any high impact movements tomorrow until Thursday. The big one on Thursday for pounds and also for the USD. And then Friday again, we have for pound and USD. And of course, we have the unemployment rate for CAD as well. So expect some volatility for CAD on Friday, right? So this is just for us to be aware of what might happen in the market. So thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. You can always chat me up, reach out to me, whether on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram as well. You can find me at CSA Forex. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Trade safely and goodbye for now. Cheers.